Buongiorno, welcome back to the Italian campaign. I patched the game. We're now on 1.5.0.7, and apparently there are some changes to how GDP is calculated in terms of, especially when it comes to oil and stuff. So, what kind of effect that actually has on our economy, I guess we're not gonna find out until next turn. Yeah. But we are at war with China now. Hopefully we're going to get an engagement with this task force. And then we're going to invade Sumatra to actually get some oil. This conquest, we're just going to ignore it. I don't have the tonnage. Even if I put my entire navy into the invasion zone, there's just not enough tonnage to pull it off. Still hoping my armies will figure out that, yeah, there's a bunch of free territory here, just send one guy with a Carcano and take it. But no, the army is gonna do what the army does, which is seemingly nothing in this case. Yeah, let's go to July and see what happens. Warship trade. Sweden wants to buy 3 of my brand new Etna class heavy cruisers. These are the ones that turned out to be very overpriced, but they are expensive, but they don't weigh much. So in actuality, they're the perfect export ship. Yeah, you can have 3 of those, Sweden. Go ahead. Okay, we didn't get the battle with the Chinese. I don't know where the Chinese Navy went, but fine. There's the invasion zone. Let's put some ships into here, and at least we're gonna get that one. Yeah, this one is gonna run out of steam next month, I think. So that's gonna add some unrest, but we're gonna claw that down again by taking Sumatra. Monthly balance is in the red. That's not good. Oh yeah, that's because I'm building 3 very expensive cruisers for Sweden. So yeah, it might be in the red, but is it really? Yeah, that's 75 million a month building those, but they will earn me money, so it's all good. -2 economic growth. How's everyone else holding up with the economic changes? Britain went from plus 11 point something to plus 10.8. China is shrinking. Yeah, not too bad. When it comes to research, we are 6 months away from getting double turrets on light cruisers, which is great because then I can actually start building the fast light cruisers that this campaign was supposed to rely on. Also almost 10 years away from getting the double geared steam turbines, but okay. And a new battlecruiser hull. Also not only 4 months away. Let's see if that's gonna happen this episode or if it's gonna have to wait. Are the Chinese actually sending ships out to engage me? I kinda hope so. Next month. Now we get a strike. We sank 1 transport. Torpedo size, what are we getting now? 23-inch. Canada wants to buy 2 Sparviero class DDs. Fine. Only 64% for having such a massive weight advantage. Yeah, they don't have any ships there. Why is it only 64%? Is that because... yeah, I don't have a lot of tech here yet. Yeah, there are a bunch of techs in this branch that I think add to your invade power or something. Mark 1 20-inch guns. Do I want to send out more ships to add to that invasion? It's gonna cost me a lot, but yeah, I think a couple of battle cruisers and some DDs. They are in Gaeta. So let's activate these. That's kind of exploitative to set them to low crew instead of mothballing them. But, you know, if it means I don't have to wait for them to actually be recommissioned, then it's all good, right? There we go. More ships. And September. Another strike. 3 transports sank. Canada buys another couple of DDs. Yep, I did not get Croatia. That's not a surprise. Come on, army, you can take it. Oh, come on. Are you really gonna take the long way around? I guess you are. How long is that gonna take you then? Does it tell me? Arrive in 2 turns, okay. Yeah, that's in time. That's because the Chinese have 1 light cruiser here. Great. Now the ships I'm building for myself, they are... the invasion barges are only 13 months away from being finished. Cruisers are 9 and 13 months away. So the expensive Etna class is quicker to produce than the cheaper San Pietro class. Alright. I wish it would have just shown me that, yeah, these ships were going to take the long way around. I just have gone to engage this light cruiser and sunk it, and then moved through the Suez and the Red Sea. Fine then, October. One transport sunk. It's up to 94%. These have not really arrived yet. At least they're not on low fuel. But they will arrive in time. Are the Chinese sending more ships to the Mediterranean? Or just that one? Yeah, fine. We're just gonna take this island first and then go fight the Chinese. Might as well do it that way. Russia is taking Serbia. Are they no longer the Soviet Union? Did they... Yeah, they unsovieted themselves. When did that happen? I must have missed it. China has a 50 fleet navy, mostly light cruisers. Alright, November then. Oil has been discovered in southern Egypt. Alright, strike. There you go, new battlecruiser hull. There we go, 100%. Let's see, where'd that Chinese light cruiser go? Yeah, both northern and southern Egypt has oil. So, well, Ottoman Empire is a minor nation, so I just can't declare war on them and launch an invasion myself. Just have to hope for a conquest mission. But at least we're invading Sumatra, so that's something. And Sumatra is now ours. There we go. Sink some transports. What do the Chinese have here? Yeah, that's the task force I was trying to fight last turn. Let's send my battlecruisers here. Join them up. And maybe this battle fleet too. Hopefully some of them are gonna get some kind of engagement. Depending on which it is, if these two arrive, are engaged separately before they can join up, we might just have another case of trying to do some damage, then run away. If they join up before they engage, then yeah, we're gonna try and sink all of them. Alright. But yeah, having native oil resource now is pretty sweet. Let's go, 1920. Double turrets on light cruisers, finally. Canada wants to buy more DDs. Serbia. Okay. Okay, we're taking Central Balkans. Why are we doing that? They have an army force. Why aren't we taking this, or that, or this, or that? Well, at least the army is doing something. And the Chinese evaded me completely. Let's see, where are you heading? One light cruiser. Yeah, let's send the battle cruisers out to deal with this. I'm actually gonna send 4 of the DDs back to port here. They're all Sparviero class. And this task force, I'm gonna send it home. Maybe if I just have him hang around here, they might spur something into action. Big guns, yeah, the Mark 120s. Not really something I'm after. Engine research went from 100 and something months to 79 months. I think that's the probably because I'm might be behind in that tech area. It says I'm average. France is advanced. Britain is very advanced. Who are my likely next enemies? It's just China. Everyone else kind of likes me. Okay. Let's get some fighting going, hopefully. No battles. Come on. Now we're gonna try and fight this huge task force there. We can make an attempt. Let's just take a closer look. 2 battleships, a battlecruiser, 11 lights, 3 DDs. 2 battleships, a battlecruiser, 5 heavies, 7 lights, 2 DDs. So there's some pretty... We get some coming here too. 2 DDs. Are you also heading there? 1 DD. Okay. And a heavy cruiser. That's quite the force. How's this invasion going? Should probably work out. What kind of army? 100%. Not the most valuable piece of real estate, but it's something. We should get a fight now. And we finally got a fight. And luckily, we got to fight one of the task forces before they all joined up. Tianpei class battleship. It's kind of cheap. 21 knot top speed. 11-inch guns. Mix of doubles and triples. So probably some kind of funky wing turret setup. Hoiju class battlecruiser. Oh, that's a lot of 12.1-inch guns. That's 18 12.1-inch guns. And it's decently fast. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the priority target number 1. And these are all Lishui class light cruisers, 25 knot top speed. That's pretty slow. I think these are gonna be farmed quite easily. The DDs possibly decent. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, it's night. That's not ideal. At least it's clear weather. DD's torpedoes off. Got 9.4 kilometer torpedo range. That's actually useful. Yeah, these are all gonna plob around at 26 knots. Okay, we're spotting the enemy already. They disappeared. Okay, I need you guys to actually just focus on. Okay, they're disappearing in smoke. That's one of the battleships. Yeah, that's what you look like. I think this will not be as tough of an opponent as the Austrian battleships were. That's one of the light cruisers. San Antonio and Perla. You're gonna focus on that guy. Negrona and Donzella. You're gonna target the battleship. Okay, these are the two battleships. What kind of main gun range do you have? 19.2. Are these the DDs? They are. Torpedo range 4.5 kilometers. Perla and San Antonio. Keep my DDs around, but not too close. There we go. Negrona and Donzella. Torpedo range on the light cruisers 4 kilometers. Secondaries. Secondaries. So far, so good. My DDs are hanging around, not getting too involved. Just the way I like it. There we go. We got them identified. Chinese light cruiser. 6 inches of armor, pretty much all over. 7.3 inch guns. Turbines not too fast. Many bulkheads, spacious quarters. It's really just the lack of speed holding this back. And the DDs are... yeah... it's a DD. Got fast torpedoes. Fairly short-ranged. Now the battleships... lots of armor. Yeah, so they might be tough to sink. Fore and aft belt's not that thick. Main deck, not that thick. Beam and draft also increased by a lot. So we're gonna focus on knocking out the lighter ships first. Like that DD. I think that's the last of their DDs. And then I think my DDs will be sent in to take on the enemy battleships. I think that's the division of labor here. And of course, when you got ships popping in and out of visibility like that, you do end up with your own ships just kind of changing targets a lot. What kind of pen do I have at 14 kilometers? Yeah, we're gonna go with AP on Negrona and Donzella. Are you guys... no, you're gonna keep focusing the battleships. The battlecruiser has been identified. It does not have that much armor. We're sinking this DD finally. Secondaries. Yeah, at 15,000 I can pen 2 inches of deck armor. So at 16,000 that should be enough. Main tower penetration, 4,000 damage. Knocked out the main tower on the first of the Chinese battleships. We're actually all gonna fire AP now. Because you can pen those light cruisers. Like that. See? Isn't that much better than doing like 50 damage with HE? Alright. Feeling pretty good about this right now. Actually, Negrona and Donzella, you're both gonna target the battle cruiser. Never mind, it went invisible. So. Yeah, we're just gonna keep taking pot shots at the battleship until the smoke runs out on the light cruisers. And we're gonna keep farming those. Make the way clear for the DDs to engage. Way. There we go, smoke. It's running out. The enemy DD is still afloat. Can you just kill that guy? Or I guess Negrona and Donzella decided no, that's the one they should be firing at. Not the battlecruiser. Perla. And that should be the end of the DD. That should no longer be a distraction for my gunners. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna send in the DDs to kill the way. I think we are. Huizhou. Tube powder 1, TNT 2. Okay, so it's not gonna explode. There you go, scored a pretty good hit. It doesn't have the greatest range on its main guns. DD's going in, and in this case, it being night is actually quite helpful. Because I can get quite close before being guns off, guns off. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, what is this? You were supposed to just be sailing in a straight line. Great, you did that to yourself. You're actually gonna detach. Oh my god, now I have to start like really microing these guys. They were sailing in such a good formation, and then suddenly they got shit to the brain. Like, what are you doing? Fine, you also have to go alone now. At least you have launched. Because if you got them sailing like one behind the other, The one closest to the enemy will take all the shots meant for the one in the back, even if they wouldn't have hit anything ordinarily. Two dud torpedoes. Another batch of torpedoes going in. There we go. Way went down. And my torpedoes might still hit something else. You guys are supposed to be firing at the battlecruiser. In case you forgot. Like, all of you. Big ships. Target the big ship. Smaller ships, you can target the smaller ships. So I'm sending the wounded DD home. The 3 fully operational ones. I want them sticking around. So we sunk one of the 2 battleships. The battlecruiser is still mostly fully operational. And we're starting to work on the light cruisers. Well, done a lot of good work on the light cruisers already. If only they could hit. Perla and San Antonio have veteran crews and Mark III guns, so they should be fairly accurate. Let's hope by targeting this, we're gonna hit this. Yes? Exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about. Me being annoyed at my DDs messing up their formation. What kind of deck armor did this one have? 5 inches, okay. Actually pretty decent deck armor. The Arigun has a damaged engine. And the tower is out. I still want to sink it. And daylight is coming. It's morning now. It still says night, but it's clearly morning. So that minus 40 is gonna be not minus 40. Actually, all of you just select your own ammo. How are you looking on ammo? Not too bad. So far I've not taken a lot of damage. That one DD took quite a bit just looking at the raw numbers. See, the enemy cruisers are hiding in smoke again. And as soon as one of them pops out from the smoke, my ships, at least some of them, decide that no, they're gonna switch targets. But now the smoke has run out. And we get at least a couple of minutes of uninterrupted firing at the targets they're supposed to be firing at. I've got Citadel 3, Barbette 3, in addition to Tube Powder and TNT 2. Yeah, basically we're not going to be looking at any flash fires from this, I'm pretty sure. Even though it does have a lot of guns. What kind of shells did he have? Standard heavy shells. I think you two would actually be just much better off firing AP at this. So I'm pretty sure you can pen it without any major difficulties. In fact, all these ships would be better off firing AP. Because Perla and San Antonio are engaging these light cruisers, which have enough armor that HE is not going to do much, but not so much armor that I can't score juicy penetrations with AP if they hit. You can probably get a little bit closer, gain some more accuracy. It's now morning. Minus 40 became minus 9.2. That should help. You do have torpedoes. 7-kilometer range. It's not a big threat. Just something to be mindful of. There we go. Nice couple of 14-inch hits. Just as I was looking away. There we go. Maybe like this. Yeah, with the sunset. Sunrise, excuse me. In the background. Now these are, I think, quite handsome looking ships. Okay. Are you gonna flood out? You're not that far off from flooding out. This light cruiser probably is gonna flood out. Yeah, there we go. And more flooding on the battle cruiser. There we go. Very nice. Now Negrona and actually just target the light cruisers, guys. Not all of you on one ship, although you're probably gonna switch back to all targeting the same ship in a couple of seconds. Because that battleship Looks like a torpedo target to me. Big, slow, fat semi-dreadnought with its engines out. Yeah, that looks like a torpedo target. If only you guys are able to sail in a straight line and not muck this up. Like you did with the previous attempt at scoring a good torpedo strike. Aggressive launch. Oh no, look here. This guy. Why? Why? No, reduced ammo torps. Oh no, I should have noticed that. They just didn't have any more torpedoes. That's on me. Yeah, I reduced their torpedo loadout to save weight. Oh, that means you guys are just done and you can go home. So, there's not going to be any torpedo strikes on the remaining battleship. That's unfortunate. I was sure they had enough ammo for 2 launches, but apparently not. You guys were probably screaming at the monitors, watching that. No, you don't have any torpedoes. It's fine, it's fine. We can kill that battleship by other means. Everyone here is smoking up. There we go. And there we go. Who's everyone targeting now? This guy. And now back to that guy. It should be possible to have my ships target 1 light cruiser each. Oh wow. Several 14-inch hits just demolishing that cruiser. Yeah, my gunnery is being a little bit better now than versus Austria-Hungary, isn't it? Having these ships been refit with coincidence 4 rangefinders, probably not hurting. Danyang took a couple of I took 1 13-inch hit. I want to have my 14-inch guns slap some sense into this battleship now. The 13-inch armed battlecruisers can keep punching those light cruisers in the face. Not really a big threat. Because with only a 4-kilometer torpedo range, they're not really gonna get close enough to threaten me with torpedoes. And they do not have enough firepower to threaten me without torpedoes. really just being annoying. I have bet over pen on Arigun. What kind of pen do you have on those 11 inches? Not that great. Secondaries. We really wanted to get close to use those torpedoes. We were a few meters too short. Pearl, San Antonio. Next light cruiser. There we go. San Antonio, you can target this guy. Not the Negrona Donzella. I know the Arigun disappeared for 1 second. That doesn't mean you can just forget about it. Object permanency, not something the AI knows about. Yeah, we can easily get closer. Max cruising speed 19 knots. Do I really need to be going faster than 19 knots? I don't think so. Mm, 15.1 inch belt penetration at 15,000 meters. Not really enough to go through the main belt. So we can get closer. We only have one light cruiser left. Now being engaged by both the Perla and San Antonio. Oh, Perla and San Antonio have spent all their AP ammo. Uh-oh. Oh well. In fact, all of you are going to target the Arigun. Now the Donzella. It's going to sling a couple of AP rounds at the last light cruiser, hoping it's going to die. No hits. There we go. I think that's the end of the enemy battleship. This was a pretty juicy main belt penetration. Now that we're close enough to get those. There's Negrona. She's still afloat. Barely. No longer capable of putting up any kind of fight, but at least she's still afloat. No, she was. She was afloat. Technically, still is. What's left of her? And just this guy left. Zhao Shuang. Another 14-inch hit. Yeah, these 14-inch guns actually, when they hit, they do pack quite a punch. Go on. You're gonna sink now. Right. There we go. And that was it. That was a pretty good fight. 96,000 victory points. Let's go. Crew losses very minimal. Some of my battlecruisers took some random stray hits from some HE shells or something. Most of the damage I took was that DD, because they got their whole formation bunched up. So I'm not taking any blame for that. San Antonio actually took some damage. Some 11-inch hits from... Was that the battleships? With 11-inch guns? Yeah. But not much. Yeah, Perla and San Antonio picked up a lot of damage, killing those DDs and light cruisers. Negrona and Donzella, not really that much in terms of damage, but they were the ones who were actually capable of penetrating and killing these battleships, so... And also this guy, 2 torpedo hits. 2 torpedo hits. And yeah, that was it for torpedoes. Good fight. Let's see if we can get more of those. We are winning. I mean... I do want to fight a little bit more, just so I have something to record, but really we've gotten all that we can get from China. We're gonna keep it going a couple of months. Okay. Have we gotten everything we can get from China? I don't think they have any territory outside of their homeland. So, yeah, probably. 1 heavy cruiser, 3 DDs. There you go, more battleships. But at least we know their battleships are not that scary. Their light cruisers are definitely not scary. They're just target practice, basically. Is this invasion going anywhere? Yeah, it is. We're actually taking Central Balkans. But again, what I really want is this. So, yeah. If only this, like, overlay here, I could make it go away, so I could actually see what I'm pointing at. These guys, having spent most of their ammo, I don't think they can pull off that kind of success again, but they can certainly do some damage. What's the next big gun tech? Mark II 17-inch. No. I'm not interested in Mark II 17-inch. I want Mark III 14-inch. Stereoscopic rangefinder 4. Probably not a bad choice. Mark IV 7-inch guns, 13 months. Are we getting any new towers? No. No new ship parts available. DD funnels. Modern heavy cruiser 2. Oh yeah, that's actually interesting. Let's see. I'm just gonna rename these Swedish ships, and I will be right back. And there we go. The battleship being built for Sweden is now the Carolus Rex. The cruisers are Strömstad, Svinesund, and Töcksfors. I didn't come up with anything for the Canadian DDs. They can just be, they can just keep those names. Let's see, we are at about 1 hour episode length, which is pretty much what I want the episode to be, but this should be going out on a Saturday, which means, yeah, we can add some extra length. Let's design a new light cruiser now that we have the guns and the hulls and the engines needed to do so. Alright, scout cruiser or experimental light cruiser. Yeah, we're going experimental light cruiser. That's what we're building. 10,000 tons? Or is that too much? Let's see how it goes. Tower spotting is complete garbage, sadly. That don't fit. This fits. But can we fit enough funnel on it? Yeah, we can fit 2 funnels. Alright, and your optimal speed, 36.5. Let's do that as the starting point. Oil 1. With geared turbines, 5768 and 108 million. Turbo electric, a little bit lighter, but much more expensive. We're gonna go geared turbines, I think. Might still swap that out for turbo electric. Although, yeah, that's one very expensive light cruiser. Guns. I'm going to Mark 4 6-inch guns. No, I could go with 7s. And then refit them once I get the Mark 4s. But that could be a while. This barbette? Or that barbette? It's bigger. Let's just compare. Yeah, that's taller. It doesn't look as good. What am I gonna add in between here? Am I gonna do the thing I like doing? Probably. Like that, so it looks like they're kind of connected. Let's have it this way. And we can just stick some kind of secondary gun on it. Just because it looks neater. And in between here, we're gonna do some torpedoes. This being a light cruiser. Now, I could do 2 launchers on the center line, or I could do 2 on each side. So it would be able to launch 1 spread, then turn about, and launch another spread. But I think we're going to put them on the center line for now, so I don't get too tempted to play with torpedoes. Because that doesn't always end so well. Citadel 3. It's starting to get quite expensive. Resistance 20. Oof. Yeah. Are we gonna go incendiary and semi-AP on this? I think maybe. I think that might actually be what we're doing here. What kind of flash fire chance? 8.3. With picric acid, 6.7. If we go cordite 1, it's 9.3. I can drop that down to 8.6. Give this light shells for 7%. Standard shells ammo is probably good enough. 23-inch torpedoes, do you still fit? Yeah, you do. 10.3 kilometer torpedo range. Not too shabby. Coincidence 4, Hydro RDF. Now the armor is gonna be first off, let's put some secondaries on this guy. Like so. Just so it has something. Armor, what can we add on this? 1.5 turret roof armor. Belt armor 2.5. Fine, you're getting 2.5. You're getting 2.5 all over. It's not much armor. It's not much armor at all. Yeah, this is quite fragile. 119 million. Triple bottom. What kind of resistance are we looking at now? Probably still very bad. 20.6. Yeah. I mean, it's a decent looking ship though. But if I give you turbo electric, 292 million. Almost as expensive as the Etna class. It's more expensive than the invasion barge. It's more than half the price of an Aquila class battleship. It's more expensive than the Austrian battleships. It's more expensive than the San Pietro Apostolo class battleship. And the refit Perla class battlecruisers. And not more expensive than the Donzella class. But not far off. Yeah, no. We're not putting turbo electrics on this. It's just too expensive for what it is. Now I got a little bit of tonnage to play with. 36.5 then. No. 36.4. 36.3. Yeah. But just barely. How much is the range gonna weigh? So we got we got a light cruiser that's almost the price of a battle cruiser. doesn't really have the range to do light cruiser things, but at least it's pretty fast. And it's more survivable than a DD. But not that much, but it's got some pretty punchy guns. Actually, let's bump you down to 36. I want to add some length to these gun barrels. How much length can I add? I can probably add quite a bit. They don't weigh that much. 16 kilometer AP range. 14.2 HE range. They're now 50 caliber. Is 15 the max barrel length? Yeah. That reduces their rate of fire, which is okay. That means I don't need the extra ammo. But it actually lets them hit out to 16.1 kilometers, or 14.3 with the HE shells. At which range they should be quite difficult to hit in return, going at 36 knots, or probably more like 35 once you add the sea condition effects. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. I just wish I could give it some more armor, because this is pretty light. Superstructure armor, fine. Can I go 6.5 on the turret armor? 6.3. Add some armor to the barbettes. Yeah. Make them not explode. 7.4 flash fire chance. I will take it. These boats can't really take a lot of hits anyway, so less worried about flash fires than I am worried about these just getting shot to pieces. Let's save that design, and we're gonna build a handful of these. Yeah. Now, I don't think I want these added to any active task forces. I don't want them to be engaged in actual fleet battles. But adding a couple to different ports around so they can hunt convoys and be used as escorts. Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's see. Sumatra. Do I have one more in Sumatra? No, let's build two here then. And I guess it's not possible to build in, was it Nigeria or whatever? Because the ports there are not big enough. Sicily. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we're losing money per month. But as been mentioned, quite a bit of that is just building ships that are being sold. It's not really a loss, even though it looks like it on paper. Especially these. I'm making so much money on these. Yeah, more than the battleship. And they're not even taking up that much space in my shipyards. So, all in all, a pretty big win. These are not really causing any fights to happen. So we're going to send them home to La Spezia. So, they're not going to cost me that much money. And with that said, I'm hoping we can get some fights going next video also. Yeah, that was quite the victory against China. That was almost an overwhelming knockout blow. No, the Chinese people did not like that. They are rebellious. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, and take care.